getting on Facebook Live. And I'm going to wave at everybody there. And we're on Facebook Live, and I've got the network up. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Mike, hang on. I'll be right with you, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. All right, let's start this show.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It's good to know people come and go. It's good to know people come and go. Where their lives go.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday all across the good old US of A. May 31st, last day of May for 2023. Huh? That went quick, didn't it? All right, we are streaming live on Facebook Live. Thanks to the fine folks at Imperial RV. Thanks for everybody watching there. We got a fun show. We're going to be talking a little bit about boat accessories, wave whackers to be specific, and how they can help you catch more fish by back trolling. I've got the owner on the line. We'll be doing that. I've got some Iowa DNR stuff to tell you about and some other fun stuff before we get out of here. Milo Locker has got a big hog sale going on. If you are interested in putting some fresh Iowa pork in the freezer, give the Milo Locker a call. Tell them you want to take advantage of that big hog sale down at the Milo Locker. Let's go to the phones and say hi to my guest. How you doing, Mike?
Well, I'm doing good, Dan. Thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure talking with you.
Well, it's always good talking to you. How are things in Minnesota?
Well, it feels more like the middle of July than it does the end of May.
Does it really? Yeah.
We got a string of 90s, and it's just, even this last weekend felt like 4th of July, then way more than it felt like Memorial Weekend. It was absolutely gorgeous weather.
Yeah, boy, you guys have had you've had it rough between the fishing or the snow, everything. You guys got a ton of snow this year, and then I know they were having trouble there for a while just to get out on the ice and do some ice fishing, and now it's we got all that snow melt and had some flooding on eastern Iowa and stuff from all that coming down the river, and it just seems like we go from winter to summer, doesn't it?
Yes, we had this winter that wouldn't go away, and it's just like it drug on and on and on, and then a week later it felt like we were in the middle of summer.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. So you've been, let's tell everybody about Wave Whackers. You guys started in 1984, is that right?
Yes, we started in 1984, just making a few sets out of my dad's garage, trying to support our fishing habit a little bit, and we're still very small. It's a little family-run business. It's mostly just my brother and I in the shop, and my mom, she's 84, and she's still doing most of the office work.
Well, that's awesome. So explain how did you get the inspiration for Wave Whackers?
Well, my dad bought a cabin on Lake Mille Lacs in 1971. So we kind of grew up there walleye fishing and back trolling, and at the time, there just really wasn't anything really very good for a splash guard that you could buy and put on your boat, so we made our own. Mm-hmm. And, it just, over time, they just kind of got a little better, and pretty soon your buddies want a set, and pretty soon you're making them for some guy you didn't even know, and it's like, well, why don't we just design some aluminum extrusions? Maybe we can sell a few of these. So we did.
Yeah, and for folks that don't know what back trolling is, that's where, I don't know, a tiller boat is real popular up in Canada and upper Minnesota on the lakes for walleye. And that's basically when you're sitting at the back of the boat and you're idling at like a mile, 0.5 miles an hour or whatever, but you got your shad wraps or your rapalas or your bottom bouncers or crawler harnesses, and you're using your outboard to troll, and just to get a little more longevity out of it. I mean, Mike, when I went up there, my Gary Peck, my bear guide, got me onto that. It was amazing to me how successful I was with catching fish doing it that way.
Yeah, it's still probably one of the best means of boat control. Unfortunately, I feel like it's kind of becoming a little bit of a lost art.
Yeah.
We're kind of losing the old school hardcore back trolling fishermen, and unfortunate, that we still got a lot of guides guiding out of tiller boats, and we still got guys that won't give them up. But we do council boats too, and you can back troll out of a council boat. That's all I've ever owned myself is a council boat, and I back troll all the time.
Yeah, there you go. Katie, good to see you, Katie. I'm sorry about your loss, kiddo. My friend Katie Calvin, down there in Missouri. She's down in Vegas now watching us, but they lost a member of their family. Katie, sorry about that, kiddo. So, what do you think the decline? I mean, I know my last boat, my first Lund that I bought up there at Ray's up in Grand Rapids, I bought a tiller, and then I did go to a center console or a side console one, Mike, because just for the fact I found myself fishing by myself quite a bit. And when you get out on that big water, when that wind comes up, boy, when you got an old chunky guy like me on the back of the boat, that's not comfortable sometimes. Is that part of it, or people just don't really want tiller boats anymore?
Well, I don't really know what it is. I think everybody wants the big horsepower. It seems like nowadays.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got big tiller boats. I mean, they got tiller boats with 250 horsepower motors on them. 20 footers. But that's a bit for most people.
I would hate to be in the back of a boat with a 250 horse tiller motor. Oh, that would not be good. that would not be good. Well,
It was a little excessive to me too, but
yeah. Well, I know one thing. I tried back trolling when I bought that other boat. I tried back trolling, and it wasn't as easy as it was with a tiller. I can tell you that right now. I could feather that prop back up, or I mean, I could really dial in that outboard speed for back trolling. And I mean, I just had way more success with the bite doing that than I did with my center console. I'll just be very honest about that.
yep. Oh, I'll agree. I totally agree that I think it is easier to back troll when you're running a tiller motor versus a
Yeah. Hey, Chris Hall, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I'm going to tell you, I want to thank you for one because you kept me. I don't know how dry. I would have been soaked if it wasn't for you guys having that on the back of the transom. Just keeping that roll coming up and over the boat when I'm trying to get a fish off or wherever I'm stopping. Those wave whackers are worth their weight in gold, in my opinion.
Well, thank you. Yeah, there's some days out there when it's just a little bit too choppy. Your electric trolling motor isn't quite doing it, and even if your bow mount maybe is coming out of the water every time it's going up and down on the waves, and it's uncomfortable bouncing up there in the bow like that. And sometimes you just really seem like you're fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just turn the boat around and you use your big motor, which you have so much more control over the boat because, like on an electric trolling motor or a Vantage or whatever, they're set off to the side. Right off the bat, when the motor's not centered on the boat, you're already at a little bit of a disadvantage with that. You can turn great one way, but turning the other way, not so much.
Right.
When that main motor, and you got the extra horsepower, and it's dead centered on the keel, you just have so much more control over the boat, and you just find like it's just so much easier to fish if you just use the big motor. No, I'm talking about on days when you got a decent chop out there.
Oh, I understand. Well, it's not hard to do if you're on Mille Lacs or Leech or Cass or Lake Winnie or even Red Lake. I mean, you get a little bit of wind. I mean, that water gets chunky pretty quick. And you guys custom make all this stuff for each boat model, right? These are all custom made.
Well, yeah, we say we're custom made, and we do a lot of custom work. But we've got our one model, our Model 20V, which fits on a lot of different transoms of boats. We make it like in 12 different widths. So we sell that on everything that it fits on. But one of our biggest obstacles on the back of the boat all the time is where do they put the handle or the tow hook?
Yeah.
Because if that's in a really bad spot for that particular set, then we have to make them different. Everything's made out of the same materials. Sometimes the shapes just change because we got to work around like a ski hook or go up and over a handle or something like that.
Yeah, I got you. How's the deer hunting up there? I know the turkeys are thriving in upper Minnesota, and the bear. I did not draw my bear tag again. That's I got 3 preference points now, so I'm hoping next year I draw my bear tag up there, but it might be a year or two yet. The deer's doing pretty good, huh?
Well, I think our deer hunting stays pretty stable. The northern half of the state, since we've have this timber wolf issue up there, there's lots of areas in northern Minnesota, in the Arrowhead and up by Lake of the Woods and stuff, where there's been drastic decline in the numbers of whitetail deer.
Yeah. Are you
And,
talking up? Is Arrowhead? That's up by Two Harbors.
yeah, from
Yeah.
Duluth on up, that whole area there
Yeah.
is, the whitetail population is really plummeted. Basically, the northern, probably if you get up on that Bemidji, Leech Lake area over toward Duluth and north, the northern part of the state, the deer hunting is not what it used to be.
Yeah. Well, I know by Cass, my father-in-law's got a place up by Cass Lake, and there's pretty good deer population there.
Yeah, they're pockety.
Yeah.
They get pushed around a little bit, and you get in areas where there isn't a wolf pack, and then it's fine.
Yeah. I haven't seen a wolf up there. Now on Deer River, where my buddy has his bear hunting camp, I have seen a wolf up there.
Yeah, they're elusive. You don't see one very often.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's snow on the ground, a lot of times you see tracks.
Yeah, walking out of the bear stand at night, I cut a wolf cutting across the trail. So yeah.
It's not a real great feeling, is it?
Oh, not at all. Especially when you're just carrying a camera and a bow and a camera arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bears don't bother me so much, Mike, as much as the wolves and the mountain lions do.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm not a big fan of. I've never had an encounter with a cat. We don't have any every once in a while some random cougar passes through the state here or something, but we don't have a population of them.
Yeah, we got some going through Iowa pretty good now. I mean, it's every other week or so I get an email about them. It's crazy.
Oh, good. Yeah, are they coming out of the Black Hills area there?
They say they're coming out from Kansas, or I'm sorry, Nebraska and South Dakota, and then they're just, they say a young tom will travel up to 75, 100 miles a day to try to get to a new territory. And there's usually like one or two toms and one female in a I don't know how many 100-mile loop. It's their range is crazy. It's really big.
Well, it is really big. I mean, I remember one time there was that cat, and they were kind of tracking it, and it went through Minnesota into Wisconsin and stuff. And then I don't know, there was a sighting, but then there was this cat hit way out by the East Coast somewhere, and they thought it was the same cat that went through Wisconsin and then maybe up into Canada, or through Michigan and up into Canada and around the Great Lakes, and came back down and got hit by a car, which seems almost like hard to believe.
They don't know where the state lines are, Mike. That's for sure.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
How's the walleye doing? I heard Winnie and Leech and Cass are all doing good.
Yeah, I think some lakes got off to a slow start. The water was very, very cold. I mean, I was on Mille Lacs this last weekend, and water temps still were 59. I did see 60 in a couple of spots, so that's pretty cold. But Mille Lacs was starting to kick out pretty good. Opener was a little bit slow. Second weekend was a little slow. Guys were getting a few fish, but I think there was a big improvement last weekend in people's success rates out there. And I'm expecting through this weekend and next weekend it's probably going to be really good.
Yeah, I'll be up there in a couple weeks. I think I get up there on June 16th. I'm going to go up there for a few days to fish. I can't wait to get up there.
Yeah, I heard Lake of the Woods, like opening weekend and stuff. I heard Lake of the Woods, and even though Red and Lake of the Woods are further north than Mille Lacs, but like Red is shallower and dirtier water, and I think it just warms up faster. And they typically have a strong opening. First couple weeks of the season, they typically have a really strong bite going on there all the time.
Is the jig bite still doing good though, right?
On Mille Lacs?
Well, up on like Winnie or Leech or Cass.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
A lot of guys like the jigging minnow thing in the springtime.
Yeah, I don't get to fish Mille Lacs. If I go to my father-in-law's, I drive right around it. If I go to Gary's, I usually just cut up the other way on the other side of the Twin Cities, and I cut over by Floodwood or Fleetwood or whatever that is.
Yeah, Floodwood.
And I go into Grand Rivers, so I go on the other side of Mille Lacs that way.
Okay.
So I don't always get to do that. Boy, it's a beautiful area though.
Yeah. When you get into even like you get around Mille Lacs, there's not a lot of contour to the terrain and stuff. It's kind of flat.
Yeah.
and fire them. But you don't have to go too far north of Mille Lacs. You know, you start getting up, you know, not even as far as Aiken, and you can just see the difference. All of a sudden, you start getting a lot more rolly type terrain and a lot more pine trees.
Yeah. Boy, and I tell you, Mille Lacs, folks, if you don't know about Lake Mille Lacs, of course, it's a beautiful lake. It's a great fishery. Boy, they got some big old football-sized smallmouth in there. It's not hard to catch a nice jumbo smallie in there, is it, Mike?
No, it's there's plenty of smallmouth,
Yeah.
and you know, smallmouth over 20 inches are very, very common.
Yeah.
Guys get 20, 22 inches. You know, 22 inches are, you know, they're pushing on the upper end. You're pretty lucky to get one of them, but getting smallmouth 20 and a half inches, you know, they catch lots of them.
Yeah,
Pretty common.
absolutely. 5:15.
Yeah,
5:15 and some change. I'm visiting with my friend Mike from WED Wackers up in Minnesota. Mike, if someone wants to get more information about WED Wackers, what's the best way to do it? Go on the website?
Yeah, they can just go to our website. It's just wavewackers.com. And there's some phone numbers on there to contact me at the shop or Barb at the office.
Okay.
You know, our website could use a little bit of work and could probably use some new updates. But
it's fine, Mike.
You get the basic idea. And there's some pictures on there. And,
yeah, you guys do a good job. So, well, listen, you're more than welcome. Well, listen, thanks for everything. I appreciate everything you've done for me in the past, and I'll give your family my best, and we'll keep in touch and see how things are going. Okay.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for having me on.
All right, you go get some dinner.
Yep, already.
Thanks, Mike.
You have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
There goes my buddy Mike from WED Wackers. Just a fine fella right there. Good folks up there in Minnesota. All right, I'm going to take a real quick break, and I'll be right back. It's the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Heading on your next adventure and looking for some snacks to take? Why not pack a snack that tastes great, gives you protein, and
What's up, Hank?
Have you heard of Soldier Boy beef jerky? Soldier Boy jerky is slow smoked in small batches to ensure generous, tender morsels that taste outstanding. Soldier Boy beef jerky offers the following flavors: sweet heat, original, maple, or peppered flavors that will satisfy you all day in the field. Soldier Boy beef jerky is veteran-owned and proud supporter.
What's everybody having for dinner tonight?
Foundation.
I'm starving.
To troops that are deployed serving our country. So next time you're looking for snacks from home or on your next outdoor adventure, please remember to reach for some Soldier Boy beef jerky, available at Sportsman's Warehouse. Soldier Boy beef jerky, outstanding taste that keeps you satisfied in the field. For more information, please check us out online at www.sbjerky.com.
Are you into hunting, fishing, camping, or tailgating? If you are, we'd like to introduce you to Arctic Ice. Arctic Ice is a brand new way to keep your game, beverages, and camping supplies cold and fresh wherever your adventure takes you. Arctic Ice Packs are a rugged ice substitute that maintains low temperature longer than a bag of ice.
Boy, we got a really good Unknown Files show tonight.
Contaminate what's in your cooler.
If you like ghost stories, you're going to want to listen tonight. Amityville, The Conjuring, The Haunting in Connecticut, Ed and Lorraine Warren. We're talking to their nephew tonight, John Zaffis.
Keep your wild game and fish at dry ice temperatures.
It's going to be a good hour.
For tailgating or camping, try the Chilling Brew Packs. It'll keep your beverages of choice at frosty cold temperatures 4 times longer than what a bag of ice can. If you want your game, fish, or camping goods to stay fresh and cold as possible without the mess of regular ice, go check out Arctic Ice Packs today.
Tacticam has launched the best-in-class cellular trail camera, the #1 selling action camera in the industry. The new Reveal by Tacticam will change the way you scout forever. Not only is it one of the easiest to set up, but the most affordable cellular camera on the market. As you know, you educate your game and leave your scent when checking cameras in the field. With Reveal, those issues are gone. You can receive pictures in almost real time right to your app without going into the field. The Reveal offers half-second trigger speeds, detects game from up to 96 feet away in 4G and LTE wireless modules. Verizon and AT&T plans available. 24-inch LCD screen, adjustable night illumination, and data plans starting as low as $5 a month. The Reveal's world-class app allows you to set up your camera, add cameras, view and organize pictures, and much more. Again, plans starting as low as $5 a month. The new Reveal by Tacticam saves time, gas, and most importantly, helps you stop educating your game. RevealCellCam.com for more info.
Tired of deer smelling your scent? Well, there are things you can do to help stop deer from smelling you. Pure Whitetail offers some of the finest scent elimination products in the outdoor industry. Let's talk about Pure Whitetail's Dirt Scent Eliminator Spray. When they say dirt, they mean it. Pure Whitetail's Dirt Scent Eliminator Spray will give you a layer of protection that will help you stay hidden from that deer's nose. It's one of the finest, most effective scent control sprays on the market today. So next season, let's turn the tables on Mr. Whitetail and fill more tags. It's time to get serious about controlling your scent with Pure Whitetail.
Going fishing is something we look forward to all week. We all want to be
Last
better
one.
at it and use the best gear available. Gear that will help us feel the bite better and give superb casting performance. Well, when it comes to sensitivity and longer casts, Trika has people talking. Trika rods are scientifically proven to be more sensitive with their unique weave design, as much as 2 times as sensitive as other costly rod brands. Trika casting performance will give you up to 26% longer cast to keep your bait in the strike zone longer. Trika knows you work hard for your money, and they want to give you a rod that will cast longer and let you feel the bite better without putting the bite on your wallet. Trika rods are significantly less than other high-end rods available. They offer a 1-year no questions asked guarantee. Trika rods can be returned for any reason up to 1 year after purchasing. They also come with a limited lifetime warranty. If you want to see what has anglers talking, go check out Trika rods at Trika.com. That's TRIKA.com.
All right, welcome back to the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday all across the good old US of A. Mike, what's up, buddy? Blaze, good to see ya. Hank, tell everybody at Revelton I said hi. Good to see everybody. You guys just missed a really good interview with our buddy Mike over at WED Wackers up in Minnesota. Nate, what's going on, buddy? Good to hear from you, Nate. Appreciate that. Tomorrow is National Pea Day. I'm not making that up. Hey, Jeff Knutson, what's going on, buddy? National Pea Day. The folks at purewhitetail.com are going to have all of their deer scents on, starting for sale, ready to go tomorrow. So you might want to check out purewhitetail.com. I know I will be ordering all my mock scrape stuff. Had a conversation on Facebook today. A young man was asking me about scrapes and scents. And I don't know if I got through to him, or I was trying calling him because I think I was confusing him. But he kept asking, so you want the scent going into like a bedding area and stuff. Whenever you use a scent as an attractant, you want the deer, if the deer are in the bedding area, or if they're coming from a bedding area into a transition area. I like to hunt transition or edge areas. I want to hunt travel corridors, pinch points, and field edges. That's where I like to hunt. I don't like going and pressing into a bedding area unless I absolutely have to, because I don't want to push the deer. I don't want to take a chance of doing that. So I try to find trails that come together and take that trail and get in between 75, 80 yards off of the food source. Get them coming from where they sleep to where they're going to eat. I like being in that transition zone. And what I was trying to explain is when I put my mock scrapes out, it doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing, because I'm going to start scraping that stuff up here in the next couple of weeks. So, by October 1st, if they smell you now, it's not getting to you. But once you get into a hunting situation, if you start those mock scrapes now and you get them to habitualize and they go check, deer will actually scrape all year long. It's like their Facebook or social media, right? So they check. That's how they check in. They know who's around and stuff like that. When I set those scrapes up, I always set them in an area where I can have 2 or 3 different tree stand setups. I try to have at least a couple different options for different wind directions. And if you absolutely don't have that, if you got a scrape, I try to set my stands 15, 20 yards off of a scrape, like the one I hunt down in southeast Iowa. My shot was like 32 yards last year when I shot my buck. He was going right to my scrape. But if I got a north or south wind, I'm golden. If I got an east to west wind, I have to set up on either side of that trail, so the deer, as they come through, my scent, even though it might be going this way, I'm going to have my opportunity on that shot before the deer smells me. So you really need to set up. You gotta have a couple different options for the wind directions. Or if the wind is going to be marginal or bad, just don't hunt that stand. I mean, that's the only options you got. But I don't know if I got that through or not. But it doesn't matter when you get out there and put your scrapes. They're going to start. They'll smell that eventually because they're going to run those scrape lines. They're going to check scrapes as they go feed and go back to bed, and they'll eventually find those new scrapes, and then they'll start hitting those every couple days or so. And I got trail camera pictures, so I can see all this happening. It's nice because I can watch the antler growth this time of year. They're growing about an inch, half inch to an inch a day, which is awesome because you can see them really develop while they got the velvet on and everything. But tomorrow's National P Day. Looking forward to checking out my orders as I put them in. I encourage you to do that if that sounds like fun for you. We gave away a pair of boots yesterday. Mr. Jim Holloway was the winner for the first set of Father's Day boots, so I drew his name. The other 9 people that did not win, I put them in another bucket, and that is going to be for the Camp Right camping package. You're going to get a tent. Whoever wins that's going to get a tent cot and a really nice Camp Right sleeping bag. I'll draw the winner of that after we have another round of the boots, because that's how I said I was going to do it. After a second or third week of the boots, whoever doesn't win, everybody's going to get a chance. Now, whoever doesn't win that, I'm going to put into another bucket for the Tacticam Reveal trail camera. And I said if I have another one, I might do 2. I had somebody ask me about that, but we're definitely doing one reveal. I don't have it here with me, but it's really a nice one. It's a pro model. So if you got time to still take advantage of that, you can either do one of 2 things. You can go to norlandersocks.com, order a pair of socks, take a screenshot of the order on your phone or tablet, and email it to me at outdoorsdan@mac.com. and I'll put you in the drawing. Or you can go and do a P-order at Pure Whitetail starting tomorrow and send me a screenshot of that, and I'll put you in the drawing. Either way, we'll get you in there, and as soon as I get 10 screenshots emailed to me, I will draw another pair of boots from my Tasca boots for the winner. How about that? There's going to be there's a really neat program the Iowa Department of Natural Resources is doing. It's called a State Park Passport. From June 1st to October 31st, Iowa State Park passport holders can earn points by checking into more than 60 state parks and forests using the online app. Each park has a different point value, either 1, 2, or 300 points, with hidden gems earning higher points. Redeem points for various prizes. So how about that? You go get a chance to go see some really cool stuff around Iowa, go camping and get out there with the family, enjoy the outdoors, and you might win some good stuff by just keeping on that app and doing that. So you could get $5 off an overnight stay. You could get first and best redeemable at this level gets a waterproof sticker, and $2,500 you get a ceramic coffee mug and some other stuff. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Let's see. They're also going to have win a paddling package, including a kayak, paddle, life jacket, and dry bag. Or how about a 3-night stay at the cabin at Lake Darling? How about that, huh? So thanks to everybody at the Iowa Hunter Education Program Association that helped them with that. All right, we only got a few minutes tonight on the show. We got a big show tonight. If you ever read the book, The Amityville Horror, or saw the movie, the original one, you're gonna love tonight's show. If you ever saw the movie The Conjuring, you're gonna love tonight's show. If you ever seen a show called The Haunting in Connecticut, you're gonna love tonight's show. I got John Zaffis on. He is the hey Pete. Good to see you. Pete's the winner of the big Kansas whitetail hunt, and he drew. Pete, we're going to be hunting this year, you lucky devil. That's going to be awesome. I'm happy for you, Pete. Just remember to bring donuts. I told the boys you were bringing donuts. We're going to have a fun show tonight at 7 o'clock back here on Facebook Live and on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Listen on the app if you can, because you're going to want to do that, because I'll have a little announcement afterwards that everybody on Facebook won't hear. So make sure you listen to the app at 7. We'll be on at 7 Central Time with Mr. John Zaffis. If you ever watched the Travel Channel, John had a TV show called The Haunted Collector, and he's written several books. Done deal. All right, we got donuts coming. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate that. So anyway, and hey, the fishing trip. I had somebody ask me, yeah, we're still doing the fishing trip. I got the promo running. I just put a brand new promo. It started running on Monday, so it's going to run through Friday. So just listen. It runs at least 4 or 5 times a day. Once you hear the phrase, just email it to me. outdoorsdan@mac.com. outdoorsdan@mac.com. I need to put that in my little ticker. I might do that. If I get time tonight, I'll put that in the ticker. That's my email. And you don't have to buy anything for that one. Just listen to the app and send me the phrase, and I'll put you in there. You get a 4-night, 3-day stay at the Pines Resort. That's where I'm going walleye fishing here in a couple weeks. You get a beautiful $350 Trica all-carbon fishing rod. All those things are sweet. You get a $200 gift card to the Bojangle Baits. You get a brand new spanking 75-quart Grizzly cooler. I think it's a 75. I'm pretty sure it is. You get some Arctic ice and a pair of Itasca hunting boots. It's a great package just for listening to the app. How about that? All right, gang, I am out of here. I'll be back at 7. Be good to one another. I appreciate you tuning in for the Wednesday Drive. Thanks to Mike at Wackers. And we're going to be talking fishing for a couple weeks here on Wednesday. I got a couple more guests lined up you're going to like. So if you got anything, if you got somebody you want me to talk to, send me an email or message me, and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, I will see you all at 7 o'clock tonight on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Night, everybody.
It's good to know people come and go. It's good to know.
All right, gang, I'm out of here. I will be back at 7. You're going to want to hear tonight's show. He's a nice guy, and he's got some incredible stories. So if you like that kind of thing, if you like ghost stories and some of the these are some of the biggest stories that hit our country. He was there for a lot of them. So we're going to hear some stuff you probably never heard before. I'll see you at 7, everybody. Thanks, Mike. I'll talk to you later, and have a great night. I appreciate you all. See you in a little bit.